Good morning, everyone. It's my final streaming day of the week. We got a lot to talk about. First off, I'm sure you're all wondering what I think of Silent Hill F now that I've played it for about 4 hours, and I'll give you my summarized thoughts. In addition, we've got an impending internet problem situation. What I want to do is explain to everyone what I hope I can do, but also what might happen if I can't do that. So at least you have an idea of what's going on. Also, today, I'm going to be reacting to a couple of things at least that you have been asking me to react to, including this new trailer for OD, the horror game from Hideo Kojima, as well as Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which now has released gameplay footage of its multiplayer. So, we got a good amount of stuff to talk about. It is the end of my streaming week. It's been a good one, albeit a shorter one, and I'm excited to sit here and relax with all of you. So, prepare your butts for a week-ending episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Attention! The games are about to begin. All hail the
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, the 24th of September, 2025. I'm DSP. This is the Level 1 Podcast, and we've got a lot to talk about and tackle today. First off, good morning to everyone who is here on the earlier side. We've got Kaio, Vietnamese Comrade, Chris, what's up, Girl Set, Paul, Facehugger, RGB King, Kitchup, who else? Mojito Kitty. Username's already taken. What a great name. Quirky Trombone. What a name. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all ready for a nice, full, fun day of survival horror again. Yes, today we are doing a second back-to-back marathon of horror with Silent Hill F on the first stream and Chronos, The New Dawn on the late stream. To give everyone a quick update on that, I was hoping that we would have beaten Chronos. This game is much longer than anyone reported. Once again, the internet says things about the estimates of how long a game is. They're completely wrong. Not to say that I haven't had some difficulty with Chronos. I would argue, I got stuck maybe a couple times on boss fights and or on one area where I had to run through a room with a bunch of enemies. I had no health. But even if you argue that extended my playthrough an hour, my playthrough is still 20 hours long and we're not done. In fact, we're not even in the final area yet. What it is these people who estimate game length don't actually properly estimate it at all. They don't, account for the fact that you're going to be reading the logs in the game to get the actual lore of the game, which adds a lot in a game like this where you have to read almost everything in the game. And probably reading the logs has been probably 3-4 hours of my gameplay, to be honest. So that's it. They just don't properly account for this stuff. So the truth is, we are going to be stuck playing 2 survival horror games at the same time. It was not my intention, but there's not much I can really do about that. We didn't finish Chronos yet. Now, the good news is, Chronos is still good. We're at the end, and we're now getting some answers regarding the visitors, the mutations, everything that's going on. All right? And so hopefully, people will still keep showing up and engaging and supporting the streams. My concern is that if I was playing 2 survival horror games at once, that's too much, and that people would stop coming by for Chronos, that you'd all be so into Silent Hill F that no one would want to show up for Chronos anymore, and the Chronos streams would be nearly dead. However, that hasn't been the case. Yesterday, to give you guys some perspective, for Silent Hill F's premiere. We had about 300 viewers on YouTube. We had about 80 to 100 viewers on Kick. So around 400 viewers. That's not bad. It's certainly not amazing either. For a new game release, typically I do more than that, okay? Then, let's talk about support. For Silent Hill F yesterday, we barely hit $100 of support for the premiere of the first Silent Hill game in 13 years. Huh? Yeah, I know. I'm just as confused as probably you. So you're telling me Chronos the New Dawn does better, Silk Song does better, American Truck Simulator does better, even Street Fighter was doing better than Silent Hill. I have absolutely no idea. I can't explain it. I tried asking the audience. The only thing I can think of is that there were people who were supporters and they wanted to play the game themselves. Keep in mind that Silent Hill F doesn't actually release until Thursday, tomorrow. I paid extra to get the digital deluxe edition to play it early because tomorrow I'm not going to be here and I don't know when I'm going to be able to come back. So I wanted to play the game at least a couple of streams before I was going to possibly be away for a bit. And therefore, maybe there's some people who didn't get the digital deluxe and they don't want to spoil. So they're staying away. Or maybe they're just playing it themselves. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think to even justify the fact that we didn't have great attendance and we didn't even hit a support goal for the premiere of arguably one of the most hyped games of the year. Like, people were asking me all week, are you playing Silent Hill F? When are you playing it? Are you going to drop Chronos because we want to see Silent Hill? We had someone arguing with me the day before that I should just not play Chronos at all anymore and just play Silent Hill all day long. And I'm like, no, I don't want to drop Chronos. We're 20 hours in. I'm not going to drop this game that I invested a bunch of time in, I really like, and I want to see the end of, just because another survival horror game's coming out. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about it. I'm curious what'll happen today. Today is day 2. So maybe a lot of people who've been playing Silent Hill F now have had the opportunity to play through the initial parts of the game. And now we'll actually be able to get a better audience today, get some support. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, that was yesterday, all right? So, FYI, we're not done with Chronos yet. We're nearing the end of this area I'm in, which apparently is an epically hard boss from what people are telling me. And then there's a final area and a final boss and then the conclusion of the game. Will we beat the game tonight? Probably not. We're probably going to need one more stream to wrap up Chronos, which is fine. Again, I like the game a lot and I want to give it time because we spent so much time on it to give it a proper ending and see the ending and all of that. It just sucks. I really wanted to finish it before my possible time away starting tomorrow, and I wanted to finish it so that we weren't juggling 2 survival horror games, but I did my damnedest. I did my best. I played a lot of Chronos. Just take a look at the last 2 weeks or so since it came out. I played a lot of this game and still haven't beaten it, right? It's just really long. Which I'm okay with. Okay. I'm having a good time with the game, and I'm okay playing it longer. I really am. All right. Okay. So that's what happened last night. Now, some things to talk about. Some improvements to my streams. First of all, I'd like to show you something. Are you ready for this? First, I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to see if you can figure it out. Everyone ready? Hi, everyone. I'm in Seattle today. I'm actually broadcasting live from the city of Seattle. No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm in my studio, right? But has anyone noticed something different? Ready? I'm going to show you again. Okay, so here we are on set for the Level 1 podcast. Okay, and now here I am in Seattle. Is anyone noticing something different or new? Girl Set figured it out. Girl Set figured it out. Are you ready? I'm going to show you one more time. Studio. Seattle. All right, you ready? Let me point it out. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, a month after this happened, I was able to finally update OBS and my Stream Deck with new technology. What am I talking about? Well, a month ago, OBS updated with brand new NVIDIA background removal technology, meaning if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you have this technology right now, okay? So NVIDIA background removal tool allows you to remove the background and make it look like you're somewhere else. Now, it uses AI. It's not using any kind of color chroma key or anything like that like previous technology. It's actually using artificial intelligence in order to do this. So I had this technology since what? January I've been using it, and it's good. I mean, it looks great when I use my face cam for video games and everything. It's absolutely outstanding. I love it, right? However, there's been one big problem. This stupid thing. What do I mean? This is my green screen chair cover. In order to have my chair be removed from the scenes, I had to cover it with this stupid green screen cover. And it's a hassle to have to stretch this on and off the chair between every single stream, to take it off afterwards so I could do a podcast or I could do a daily wrap or whatever it is. I hate having to put it on and take it off, put it on and take it off. And to be honest, it's already worn out. Like, it already is getting holes in it and stuff. It's cheap. You know, it's not some high quality thing. They don't even really make a high quality chair cover like this. They're all cheap. Okay? So, you may notice something. Are you ready? That's right. I don't need this anymore because they updated the NVIDIA background removal tool with even smarter AI. It can now identify your chair and remove it from the scene automatically. So this is outdated. I'll never have to use it ever again as long as the background removal tool keeps working. This is a great improvement. You're no longer going to have to wait and see me fumble this or forget about this. I start playing a game and I realize my chair's in the shot. The chair will never be in the shot. Okay? And just to show you what it'll actually look like, hold on. Here we are. So this is my new green screen for gaming. And as you can see, it actually even is better than when I was using the chair cover. Sometimes the chair cover would have a glitch or an issue on the side. And actually, sometimes it would have like artifacting out here. I think they've improved it now. That will never happen. So it's going to actually be even better now when I play games. All right, which I'm very excited for, obviously. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I haven't been able to use it yet. And there's a reason. The reason is because when they updated OBS a month ago to have this technology, well, all the other companies that also work with OBS have to update for this new patched update. No one did. It took a month. And then finally, OBS came out with full update 32 like a few days ago. And my Stream Deck finally had a patch. So now my Stream Deck will work with the new version. Okay, so we're good. Now my Stream Deck works. Now the green screen works without that. It's not green screen, it's background removal tool. That works without the chair cover. This is a great improvement. All right, I'm very excited. This is excellent. And now my content will look even better. Hopefully no more artifacting and problems when I'm doing games, okay? Very cool. Now, there's another thing that I'm working on. Sadly, I don't have it working yet. All right. What do I mean? Well, in the last week over on Kick has implemented a new way to support streamers called Kicks. Kicks are the equivalent of bits on Twitch. It's a digital currency that you can purchase from the site, and then you can give Kicks to the viewer or to the streamer. People have been doing it already this morning, throwing a few Kicks my way. Okay. I told you guys that I would shout out any contributions that are 100 kicks or more and actually, add them to the leaderboard. And you actually get an animation in chat if you do 100 kicks or more. Okay. So I've been doing this, but the thing is, if you haven't noticed, there's no integration with my stream. When you guys give kicks, there's no pop-up on screen, right? There's no sound effect. There's nothing. That's because they're brand new. Okay. It's absolutely brand new. And it's a situation where no one has integrated it yet because it's something new in the whatever you want to call it. I forget. There's a word for it. The digital feeds that it sends out. when you're streaming. So it's something new. Now, it's been a few days, and from what I'm going to understand, there actually are a few services that are integrating with Kick to have kicks show up. API, thank you. That's what it's called, Kaio. It's the API. It's the digital feed, right? So some are working with it now. All right. I've been checking the pop-up service that I use right now for tips, super chats, memberships, and even subs on Kick has not updated to integrate Kicks yet. I've been checking every single day. In fact, I'll check it live right now. Okay, just to be sure that they have not yet updated. So let's go to, here it is. It would be on recent events, and it would be on this tab, shows all the stuff you want. Kick only has follows, subs, and gifted subs. That's it. They haven't updated it yet to add kicks. So without there, I can't have the pop-ups. However, last night, as I was getting ready to shut down my stream, my moderator on Kick, Dunsfelter, he said, oh, if you check out Kickbot actually has a thing where they have their own widgets. And you have Kickbot Premium, Phil? I do. I pay for Kickbot every month. So these widgets apparently are supposed to have pop-ups and things that you can do through Kickbot itself. All right? So I looked into this last night, and it says, oh, here's the widget for Kicks. It's there now. I installed the widget. I set it up for 100 kicks or bigger, that when someone does 100 kicks or more, that it should do a pop-up on the screen. Okay? So I got it all set up and ready to go. Here we are. I'm going to go to the widgets page. I'm going to go to the Kick Alerts widget. I'm going to go to Edit. We're going to go to the testing screen. All right? Test events. Here we go. And it doesn't work. I did all this work. I set it all up. It doesn't even work. So they added a new feature to Kickbot, this new widget. It's completely worthless. It doesn't do anything. See? There's no pop-up. I clicked it. Nothing happened. And in fact, we've noticed this over the last couple of days that Kickbot itself is also supposed to be tracking kicks. If I go to chat alerts. So Kickbot is supposed to give an alert when someone subs or gifts a sub, and they do. Like right now, if one of you subscribed or gifted a subscription, there'd be an actual notification in the chat. Kickbot would say, hey, alert, so-and-so subscribed or so-and-so gifted a sub. I enabled kick alerts that says if someone does 100 or more kicks, Kickbot should say, hey, so-and-so did 100 kicks. But we've noticed that hasn't been working. It hasn't been acknowledging any kicks at all, even though I have it enabled. So basically, Kickbot thinks it has something in it to recognize kicks, and it doesn't. It literally just doesn't. It doesn't exist. They think it's there, but the coding doesn't work. Whether just acknowledging it in chat or the pop-ups. So sadly, I tried. I put effort and time into this. It doesn't work. Okay? There's not much I can do about that. I'm waiting for my standard service, which I use all the time for pop-ups, to actually just update. And hopefully it will update soon, and I'll have pop-ups for kicks. I know that, having the on-screen recognition is a big part of people contributing and saying, oh, I got recognition for my contributions now. They like that, right? I get it. But sadly, it doesn't work. I don't know what to say. I tried Kickbot. It ain't working. Unless someone knows something that I'm doing wrong, I can't imagine what. I'm just using the service as intended, and nothing's working. So it is what it is. Okay? Well, I'm hoping to have pop-up soon. So new background removal tool means no more green screen needed, which is awesome. Because to be frank, I didn't like putting it on and off the chair anyway. It was a big hassle. And it also means that hopefully we won't have that artifacting problem where there's things showing up with the background removal when I'm playing games. Hopefully that's done. Hopefully the AI's been improved enough that it stops glitching out like that. And I'm hoping to have pop-ups for Kick soon, but we don't have them yet. Okay? Okay. Cool. Now, folks, today's my final streaming day of the week. Why? Because tomorrow Comcast is supposed to begin the network upgrades in my area. They claim that they're going to text me to give me time frames of when I can't stream. I don't believe them necessarily that they're going to be accurate, but being that tomorrow is supposed to be the day they're starting, I decided to skip work tomorrow and have my day off on a Thursday, which is rare, right? I I know it's weird, but better that the first day this is going to happen when likely the internet will be down the most. All right. I will not be streaming. So today's my final work day of the week. I'm off tomorrow. What am I intending to do and what realistically might happen starting on Friday? Okay. All right. Allow me to explain what I would like to do, and then I'll tell you what actually happens. So now let's do a little test. Ready? Look at this. Wow. This actually looks better, doesn't it? Now, keep in mind my lights are on, which is why you're seeing a red aura around me and why if I move my hand, it kind of ghosts a bit. Once the lights are off, that shouldn't happen anymore, but it actually looks better. I think they definitely have improved this technology. Good stuff. Okay, so what we're looking at is what I want to do. This does not mean I'm going to get to do this, all right? My intention is I come back on Friday. We will have a level 1 podcast in the morning. We will be doing the premiere of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds on the first stream, and we'll be doing more Silent Hill F on the late stream. I hope. On Saturday, I want to do my worst games ever marathon, where we're going to have a lot of fun together playing some of the worst games ever, including, indigestion, including Kong Skull Island, Lord of the Rings Gollum, Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, E.T., just to name a few. I think I have like 8 or 9 games saved up. Okay. So during that day, what's going to happen is you guys are going to be voting on what game you want to see next. We'll probably play each game for like a half an hour to an hour, depending on how it's going. When contributions come in, I'll be taking shots for every $100 that I raise. So I'm going to get some booze tomorrow for this event. And I'm probably going to order out for some food as well so that I can have a meal, but it's going to be more feasting with Phil where I determine with my wife what we want to get rather than an official DSP tries it or anything like that. Okay. But it should be a really, really fun marathon event all day on Saturday, something special to end the month and then move us into the fall gaming season. On Sunday, I'm hoping to not do a podcast and do a major stream of Hollow Knight Silksong coming back. If you remember, we just earned the double jump ability. So now this means we can traverse everything in the entire game. Literally, we go to every area, do every optional challenge. I'm excited for it. I want to do it. So hopefully you'll join me for that. And then Sunday night, I want to do more Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Okay? So this week coming up, it will be a balance between Silent Hill F, Chronos the New Dawn, completing it, Hollow Knight Silksong, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and there's going to be a night stream on Monday night of American Truck Simulator. Okay? Now, how long will this streaming week be? I don't know yet. All right? I'd like to say, okay, this week will be like a 7-day streaming week. I'll be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know yet. It's going to be dependent on a lot of factors. It's going to depend on how we do with these games. It's going to depend on what's going on with the internet, etc. All right? So this is what I want to do. But this is very likely what I cannot do. Because if Comcast is doing this active network upgrade in my area, all right, and the internet is going up and down, up and down, up and down, then obviously I can't do those streams, right? So here's the deal. I'm going to try to see what happens in regards to the streaming and the internet. Hopefully, if best case scenario will be my internet is completely down tomorrow all day, but they take the entire day to lay out the infrastructure in the area, and by the end of the day, it's done, and we're good. And then I'm back on Friday, no problem, good to go. There's probably a 0.0001% chance that that will happen. I almost guarantee you that this will end up being an extended situation of internet downage or on and off, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. Most people who've been through this network stuff have been saying that. One person said it lasted 6 weeks, but it wasn't consistent. Like there were entire strings of days where the internet was up. Then all of a sudden it would go up and down for 2 days. Then it would be back again. Okay. Some people have said, oh, well, it only lasted 3 days in my area and it was finicky where it's been going up and down like this. So basically, yeah, there's nothing I can really do. I'm at the mercy of this company. It sucks, doesn't it? Here's what I'm hoping will happen. I'm hoping that on the days when they know the internet will be down, they're going to contact me in the morning. Like, let's say they text me at 8 in the morning and they're like, okay, your internet's going to be down. Okay, I'll tell everyone, hey guys, cannot stream right now. I'll keep you in the loop for when I can. All right? Then hopefully they'll text me again and say, hey, it's 1 p.m. and your internet will be up for the rest of the day. Okay. And then I'll tell everyone, hey guys, I'm getting ready. Let's jump on stream. And we'll probably do either an abridged podcast or just a build-up session for like a half an hour and then get to gameplay so that we can actually make headway in the games that we're playing, right? If that happens every day for like a week, I can handle that because at least then we can balance it. You know what I'm saying? And also if that happens, what I'm really hoping is that even if the internet is all messed up for this week, okay, hopefully I can still stream at night. Because you would think if these are contracted workers and they're laying out lines and they're doing this, they're not going to be doing it in the middle of the night when it's dark. Especially now, it's actually getting dark around 6, 7 p.m., right? They're going to be working and then stopping work and starting again in the morning, daylight. So if I stream, say, my night streams around 6, 7 o'clock, and I stream till like 9, 10 o'clock, hopefully those streams will still work. People will still show up and support those streams, okay? That's what I'm hoping for. But there's no guarantees whatsoever. It could very well just be my internet's up and down like this constantly, and I never know when it's going to be up, and they're not communicating with me well, so I don't know what's going on. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. Also, you got to keep in mind something. This is going to happen to everyone in my area. This is not just me. That means that literally everyone's going to be calling this company, complaining, and to get help or whatever. Like, for example, a lot of people are saying, why don't you call the company? Because they're not going to tell you shit. Right now, probably 72 times more people have called the company than usual to say, I don't want this. This is bullshit. I need internet. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what I do. I'm never going to get answers out of them. They're not going to help me. It's just a matter of getting through it. You understand? So I will keep you all in the loop. Even if I don't have internet, I have a phone. My phone connects to cellular signal and I can still be on the internet. So I can still tell you guys what's going on. I'll be posting up on my X. I'll be posting up on this channel page on the post segment. Maybe if I have to, I could do a quick video update via the YouTube app, you know, and just upload like a blip video, say, hey, everyone, so here's what's going on with me, you know, because the internet's out. I can do stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, there's not much I could do about it. If I have absolutely nothing to do for like a day or two, I'll probably spend some time with my wife. I'll probably do some stuff around the house. You know what I mean? Do stuff like that. But if this lasts longer than a couple of days, I might have to do some other stuff. I'm trying to brainstorm possibly some content that I could do if I prepare ahead of time and I have stuff to do when the internet's down. So maybe I could do some on-demand exclusive video content. I don't think it would be gameplay. I think it would be maybe some other stuff, and I'm trying to like brainstorm ideas for that and things like that so that I can have some stuff to at least in the hours when the internet's working, maybe upload a video or two, so at least you have something to watch in these days when I can't stream, okay? So, let's see what happens. All right, let's play it by ear. I'll keep you all in the loop, but all I'll say is today is a very important day. Today, I gotta hit my support goals. Today, I want to hit my sub goal over on Kick. Okay, I want to hit my sub goal because, man, we lost a whole bunch of subs and we're trying to earn them back. So far, FYI, my sub goal was 150 subs by the end of this week. Well, today is the end of the week. I have 2 streams left, this stream and the night stream. We are at 74. We are at 73 subs. So we're right at the halfway point. Okay? Right at the halfway point. So if you like the content, please support it today. If you can drop a sub on Kick, please drop the sub. We need 77 subs. Oh, I'm not even kidding you. I'm getting an email right now. Here it is. Holy shit, are you ready? Network enhancement. I can't speak. Network enhancements begin tomorrow. Prepare for temporary service interruptions. We begin work in your area tomorrow. We'll be working to enhance your business network tomorrow. These enhancements will affect your services at your address. Our team may begin working as early as 6 a.m. We anticipate completing work within the day. During this time, you can expect interruptions to all your Comcast business services, and if you're a Comcast voice customer, you won't even be able to call 911 from your phone. All right? While these outages are temporary, we know that they can be frustrating, and we appreciate your patience. So, according to this, notice that they just sent me, they're anticipating finishing tomorrow. That's what they're saying. Okay? That's what they're saying. I don't know if that's going to be truthful or not, but that's what they said. They literally just sent this to me live during the show. So let's see. Fingers crossed. This is correct. That would be amazing. I would absolutely love to be back on Friday playing Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I would love to do my marathon on Saturday. Okay? So let's see what happens. Actually, I'm feeling kind of positive. I do like that they're saying that they're hoping to complete it within the day. If they do, that's amazing. Because I'm gone. Tomorrow, I'm leaving. Like I said, I'm going to be gone with my wife all day. We're not going to have internet. We're just going to go have a day out. So that's good. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good thing. And fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed that I'll be back on Friday with full internet. Okay? But anyway, today, let's get some support on these streams. Let's hit the goals. All right, we hit our goals today. We'll be at 8 out of 10, meaning we'll be able to do DSP Tries It, the Hot Ones collaboration menu at Popeyes next week. And I'm excited for that. It sounds good. I actually know a few people who've done it and absolutely love it. I also know some people who say it's hot as shit and it burned their mouth out. So if you want to see that, let's get that support rolling. Let's get some support right now. Let's get our first sub of the day. And over on Kick, we got to go 77 subs today. 77 subs. We need it. Let's go. Let's get some support. Who's going to be the first person to contribute to the stream today? Who's going to be the first super chat, the first member, the first sub, the first gifted sub? Who's going to send some kicks? Who's going to send a tip? Let's go right now. First contributions of the day. Let's land it right now. Anyway, shout out to Zixto. Zixto has been a member for 31 months. It says, what's going on? How is everything? Well, Zixto, I kind of just summarized it all. I'm continuing Survival Horror Madness. Things are going good with those games. My internet may be down this weekend. It may not be. Okay? And we have to raise a support goal by the end of today. We'll see what happens. Right now, it's not looking too good. Fruit of the Boom. 4 months as a member is finger pointing. That is right. Lots of finger pointing. There you go. Let's move on. What I'd like to do is I would like to talk about Silent Hill F for a little bit. Now, the thing is, I already kind of did this yesterday on the Daily Wrap, but not everyone is watching the Daily Wrap, okay? And I want to just let you know what I think initially, because a lot of people have questions about Silent Hill F, rightly so, all right? So Silent Hill F, it's set in Japan rather than the United States. It has a different vibe than other Silent Hills. In fact, I'll say this, everyone acting in the game kind of is acting that same style as, say, in a, the same style as in a Japanese, like, drama or horror show, or a Korean drama or horror show. Like, I've seen a few of these shows, and they just have a style of acting. If I can it's hard to put my finger on it because I'm not part of that culture. I don't know what they call it. Abdullah is saying it may be called K-drama or Korean drama. It feels like that. It does. Like, what was it? Thank you, Kitchu. Just did 100 kicks over on Kick. Thank you, Kitchu. As you guys can see, Kickbot didn't recognize it. And Kickbot is supposed to and didn't recognize it. You see that? So this is the problem. It's not going to work. Kickbot is just not working with kicks right now. And that's a pain. So thank you, Kitchu, for our first kicks of the day. So here's the thing. The acting in the game is just like that. If you've ever seen one of these K-drama or J-drama shows, that's kind of the style of the game, just to be honest. Okay, that's what I think they were going for. Is there horror? Absolutely there is. There's tons of it. There's monsters everywhere. People are dying and mutating, and there's another world they get sucked into, and the main character gets chased by these monsters in the other world. It's actually very confusing. You don't know what's going on yet in the plot. You don't even know what's causing this town to mutate and have people, be murdered and stuff. You just don't know what's happening. There's been no explanation in the first 4 hours. The atmosphere itself, lots of fog, monsters moving around in a creepy way. It is very Silent Hill-esque. A lot of body horror and that kind of stuff. Okay? But I would argue the major difference between Silent Hill F and previous Silent Hill games is the combat itself. In previous Silent Hills, there's always been some melee combat, but a lot of gunplay and weapons and ammo. There is none of that. All there is a hand-to-hand combat system where you need to find melee weapons, and you're going to beat up enemies with light and heavy attacks. There's a stagger system. There's actually a supercharge system. It's called Sanity, where you charge your weapon with the sanity meter, and you do a superpowered swing, and that knocks the enemy down, and then you can hit them repeatedly before they get up. And it's very different in that regard. There's also an active dodge system. So when enemies attacking you, you can dodge out of the way. And if you perfectly dodge, the game kind of slows down a bit so you can get like a counterattack. There's also a formal counterattack system where if you hold down left trigger, you have your sanity meter charged. And when an enemy is about to attack you, time will slow down. And if you hit a counterattack button, you interrupt their attack for a free combo. Now, all this is about meter management, stamina, health, and sanity. And all these meters can be replenished by items you're constantly finding in the environment. Food items, snacks, energy drinks, and things like that. You can also rejuvenate these meters when you go to a shrine, which is your save points in the game. So, listening to this, it sounds weird, doesn't it? Yeah, does this sound like Silent Hill? There's 3 meters that you have to be negotiating and supercharging and dodging and parrying. What? Doesn't sound like Silent Hill at all. Well, that's one of the main issues of contention with the game. People aren't saying the game is bad. They're just saying the game is very different. They really went a different direction with the main gameplay elements of the game. And therefore, there's a lot of people who are kind of like, oh man, this doesn't feel like my Silent Hill. This doesn't feel like where I came from, the games that I grew up and loved. This feels like they really took it in a different direction. So you have to be really accepting of this game being different in order to enjoy it. If you go into this with the mentality that this is going to play just like old Silent Hill games, you are going to be like, oh man, what happened? You're going to have like a bad taste in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But if you go into it with a more open mind, say, okay, it's a modern horror game. Yes, it does say it's Silent Hill, but there's definitely going to be distinct differences. As long as you're okay with that, I think that you'll like it. Okay, I do. But it is going to be something that you have to accept, and a lot of people don't want that. They just wanted another Silent Hill, and this doesn't feel like just another Silent Hill. Okay? Now, in regards to anything else going on in the game, sadly, the game suggests a bunch of default settings that I feel are erroneous. When you try to boot the game up and start playing, it suggests that you play the combat on story difficulty, but it suggests that you play the puzzles on hard difficulty. Okay? And it's very confusing because story difficulty has elements negated. For example, I'm talking about the sanity meter, right? So apparently, if you're playing on hard, the sanity meter is actually very rare to be able to charge. You have to be constantly eating items to get it back. But when you're playing on the story difficulty, you just kind of get the sanity meter back all the time. So it's actually much easier, and I feel like the combat maybe should have been way more challenging, and I should have played it on hard, but the game defaulted to story. It said combat, story, puzzles, hard. On the flip side of that, the puzzles are on hard, and already there's been a puzzle that literally made no sense at all. So to give you an example, here's the puzzle. There's a bunch of enemies standing in a field. They're all frozen. The puzzle says something like, I can't believe you did this to me. You hurt not only me, but him as well. I can't stand, or I feel sick to my stomach trying to smile looking at your ugly face. That's the clue. So what this is supposed to do is you're supposed to look at the enemies and say, what enemy here does that apply to? Is there an enemy where maybe it looks like it's attacking 2 people? Oh, you hurt 2 of us, right? Is there an enemy looking at another enemy with a smile, but actually it's not a smile? Maybe there's like, you know what I'm saying? You have to try to figure it out, piece 2 and 2 together. None of that applies. There's no solution. I tried everything. None of it applied. I tried, this person's looking at this person. This one's doing it. None of it. It doesn't apply at all. A random person just standing in the middle, okay, that really didn't have anything applied to them, that was the person that was the solution to the puzzle. So I can tell you right now, some of the things in this game are going to get lost in translation. I guarantee you what happened was there was a solution that in Japanese made sense. But when they translated it to English, the mannerisms of the words, the meanings were slightly changed. So now you have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And now the puzzle's unsolvable. You just have to trial and error, brute force your way through it. And that's really, and the worst part, if you pick the wrong enemy, you have to fight that enemy and then they respawn. So you lose resources like healing and the durability of your weapons, but then you don't get them back and you have to try over again. So I can tell you right now, this is going to be frustrating on hard puzzle difficulty because the translation isn't going to be perfect. So, man, this might actually be a more daunting task when it comes to the puzzles, but the combat seems easy. Now, here's the question. What's more entertaining, challenging combat or challenging puzzles? Well, for an audience, the answer is challenging combat. You want to see me get overwhelmed by enemies and have to find a creative way to beat them, not sitting there for 30 minutes scratching my head, trial and erroring my way through a puzzle room, right? Yeah. So I probably goofed there selecting what I selected. I would strongly recommend if you've played other survival horror games to play this on the hard combat difficulty and maybe play it on the story puzzle difficulty. That way, you get a better experience out of it. It'll feel more like survival horror rather than, oh, a game with a weird combat system that's too easy, but now I'm frustrated at a puzzle. You know, I think it might actually sadly take away from my overall experience of the game because of the way I'm playing it. Oh, by the way, once you start the game, you can't change the settings. So I was around 2.5 hours in. I was like, man, can I change them? Because I think I want to make the combat more difficult. No, you're locked in for the entirety of the game. That's not good. They should have made it so that you could change it. And I am a little frustrated at that. But overall, I have no idea what's going on yet. There's an element of teen angst where the teens are like, there's like a love triangle going on with the teens. And you don't know if people are possessed and going to mutate or not. It's confusing in that regard. And basically the game, it's all right so far. All right. I'm not in love with it, but I don't dislike it. I'm excited for today's stream to see where it goes. And I certainly hope that it's entertaining and fun and we all have a good time. But I don't know if it's going to maintain that or if it's going to kind of fizzle out. I don't know how long it is either. Is the combat going to get so repetitive and old because it's too easy? Will the puzzles get too frustrating to the point where we don't have fun with the game anymore? You know, I don't know. So I guess we'll have to see as we play further in, but I hope that you'll be there for the ride. So far, I'm kind of right in the middle. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I want to get further into it before I kind of formulate an opinion. Maybe after today's stream, maybe tonight I'll do a quick video and make it a highlight video on the channel. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. All right. Shout outs. We have several shout outs to do here. Okay. So let's take a look. Our first tip of the day is a 666 tip from Darth Fig. He says, I was watching your Silent Hill videos. I didn't realize how different story mode is to hard. I can definitely see it hamper your experience. Hard feels more like survival horror. Looking it up shows you can change the game difficulty, but not the puzzle. Really? Because I looked and there's nothing. I looked in the menus. I couldn't find it at all. It wasn't listed anywhere. So maybe it's only up to a certain point in the game, but I couldn't do it. I'll check again today. I would like to make the combat harder, but it wasn't there. I'll have to check again. Okay, we got some super chats. We have DJ and DJ who did a $2 super chat and says Hades 2 is about to get the full release. I'm well aware. We actually talked about this earlier in the week. Someone asked me, would I play it? And I was like, here's the problem with Hades 2. There's two big problems, okay? So, problem number one with Hades 2 is that it's already been out. You might say, well, what do I mean? The game's been out in early access for over a year. I know because I played it. You remember? I bought it. I own Hades 2. So I could play it right now if I wanted to. No problem. Okay? But here's the problem with Hades 2. Because it was already out for a year and a half. There's really no hype behind it anymore. Okay? I tried playing it when it initially came out in early release. I played it for a few weeks, and then people yelled at me to stop. And I was like, stop? Why? It's outstanding. And they were saying, well, the problem is that this game is not finished. You're going to play it, and you're experiencing essentially an unfinished version of the game. Therefore, if you're playing it now and you even beat it, the game could be totally different by the time that it actually releases. They may tweak some stuff. They may add in new weapons and builds. They may add in new gods. They may add in new bosses. Who knows, right? And we would much rather have you wait and play it when it's actually in full release than do this early version that's unfinished. Okay? So that's number one. I waited till it comes out, but here's problem number two. It comes out now, in the middle of the busiest gaming time of the year, when we've got Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Silent Hill F coming out. Super Mario Odyssey 2 is getting a port on the Switch 2 that people are interested in. I'm debating whether I'm going to play Ghost of Yotai or not. And nonstop in the month of October, we've got releases like the Black Ops 6 beta, Battlefield 6. I can keep going. Like every week, there's like 2 or more major new releases. Okay? So because of that, would now make any sense for now to be the time to be trying to play Hades 2? No. Hades 2 would work best during, say, summertime downtime, or maybe in between times when there's nothing going on and you could interject it as like a chill playthrough. I have no idea why on earth they thought releasing their game full release now is a good idea. This is the opposite time of when they should be releasing this game, in my opinion. Maybe you completely disagree, but I have heard absolutely positively zero buzz for Hades 2. Unlike Hades 1, Hades 1 succeeded because first it was PC only. It got its early access. People played it, liked it, word of mouth spread. More people played it, liked it. Then it ended up getting console release because it got such word of mouth on PC. So over a course of time, Hades became kind of a household game. Everyone knows what Hades is, right? Hades 2, I feel, did it wrong. They didn't need to do the early access, piecemeal drip content for a year and a half to try to get the viral word of mouth out there. They already had it. They already did this with the first game. Honest opinion, they should have never released it the way they did. They should have just waited for it to be done and just released the whole game as is and have you play it in its entirety when it was ready. And they shouldn't have released it now. If they were going to release it now, they needed to have a campaign of hype behind it to get people excited for it. They needed to have it built up, get you teased and interested about the game. Why on earth did they do it this way? I don't know. It's like the marketing team didn't know what they were doing. And I really feel like this whole thing has been flubbed. Because, like I said, taking a look right now at all the gaming feeds of the games people are talking about, no one's talking about Hades 2. And it comes out in like a day or two, right? Nobody seems to care. So here's the thing. Am I interested in Hades 2? Yes. I played it last year. I loved it. I only stopped playing it because you asked me to. I own it. Like right now on Steam. Here it is. Install Hades 2. Last played June 4th, 2024. And here it goes. Hades 2, version 1, coming September 25th. Coming tomorrow. Leaving early access. That's great. Who cares? And that's sad to say because I like the game. I want to play it, but man, they killed their own game. Especially this timing is stupid. It's really dumb timing. I can't imagine why they think people are going to want to play their game now when you're in the midst of the busiest gaming time of the year. All these big games will be coming out. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, no, I'm not playing it right now. I want to play it eventually, and I promise you I'll probably will get around to it when you guys ask for it and when there's time in the schedule. But right now, I'm juggling too much stuff. I don't have time for it, Even just right now, between Silent Hill F, Chronos finishing, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Silk Song, and American Truck Sim, that's a full schedule. You see? Okay. Vasil did a 1313 super chat. Says, don't forget to talk about the greatest thing in Silent Hill F, Shu. Yes, one of the main characters' names is Shu. What a name. So we just keep joking about him. And we'll see if that continues today or not. Thank you so much. That's the biggest contribution of the day, Vasil. Appreciate that. Okay. Good stuff. All right, so what we're going to do now for the rest of the show, we're going to do some reacting. I have 2 trailers in particular that people have requested that I react to, that I want to react to. So I hope that you guys are ready. And after that, we'll probably do some Q&A to end the show. Guys, please support the stream. Right now, we're at $21. And obviously, I would like to hit my goals today. So if you could support the stream, I would very much appreciate it. Okay? Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Now with new background removal technology. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Hideo Kojima has revealed his latest game. This one is an Xbox exclusive. All that means is that it's going to be on PC and Xbox and not on PlayStation at launch for whatever reason, which is weird because Death Stranding's the opposite. But anyway, here it is. We don't know much about this, but this teaser trailer was released yesterday. Let's give it a go. OD. Hopefully not OD's nuts. Oh, that sounds loud. I'm going to have to lower the volume. Years since the blank horror blank blank, the cursed blank have once again blank into the forbidden. Nice. Light the fires to celebrate their blank. This building was blank from a 3D scan of a blank found in a blank. And then blank were blank in a sinister ritual. Oh my god, look out! Look out, it's blank! Sorry. Alright, this is very Silent Hill 4-esque right now. That's a lot of candles, I must say. Photorealistic graphics right now. Missing. An eyeball. Holy blank. What the? A belly button candle. Knock, knock. This is totally like Silent Hill 4 The Room, actually. It's kind of interesting. Answer the door. Now ahead. Oh! How could you? Ooh, look, worms. The door's open. The eye is moving. Gonna be a demon. The demon has arrived. Here he comes. Mr. X. And he ain't happy. His face is on her skin. What the hell? OD knock. Okay. For all players and screamers. That's it. That's it. Wow, that was 3 minutes. It went by really fast. So what it looks like is it's a game. It's an interesting premise. What they're saying is, I guess there was a real haunted house or a real haunted situation, and they 3D scanned it, and they recreated it, and doing the same situations as happened previously, they could recreate a situation of a haunting or something. I think that's what they're trying to say. So maybe there's going to be a lot of puzzles, supernatural elements. It's interesting. It looks pretty original and interesting. Like I said, it reminds me of Silent Hill 4 The Room. I haven't played a game like that since that. So kind of interesting. All right. Pretty cool. What did you guys think? I actually thought that was pretty good. That's intriguing to me. It looks like it's a combination of a lot of like supernatural stuff that we've seen before with some very original stuff as well. Darth Fig did a $5 super chat. He says, I'm sorry you can't change difficulty if you pick hard. You can only lower it if it asks you to lower it. That blows. Yeah, so I'm on story. I want to go to hard. They won't let me change it. That's the problem I'm having, is I can't go to a harder difficulty. So yeah, it does suck. All right. Okay. What I like to do now is react to another trailer you guys told me about. All right. So I think this was released 2 days ago. It is the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer trailer, and it has real footage of the game supposedly in it. So let's see what it looks like.
They know we're here. Go out.
Great, the hologram. What is this music? Oh my god, they're so dumb. Isn't this an old map? I remember this map from the Call of Duty I didn't like. Yeah, because it has wall running. Did you see that? Yeah, I remember this. Oh, this is awful. This is Travis Scott. Oh, it's fucking terrible. It's like ear diarrhea. Like, open your eardrum and let the liquid Hershey Highway right down it. Like, come on, dude. Yeah, I remember these maps. I 100% remember these maps. It feels like it's a re-release.
Good work.
Dude, is this not a re-release? This is the awful Call of Duty. This is the one that had the double jumping, the wall running, all the stupid future tech shit that sucked ass. And it's the same fucking game. They're seriously releasing it again, huh? It's the same game. Like, it's exactly the same. Look how awful this is. Oh my god.
Enemy Rhino sighted.
What the hell is this? A mech. You could drop a mech in.
Almost there. We're securing the objective.
Wow. So hold on a second here. All right, hold on a second here. They went down this road. What was this? Was this Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4? It was one of the Black Ops where they did this, right? Or was this Infinite Warfare? It was one of them. It was, maybe this was Infinite Warfare. I'm not sure, right? And everyone told them, this is bad. We don't like this. This is garbage. We want this to go back to the roots. It was Black Ops 3? Okay. So they did. If you remember, they hit the reset button and they went back and reset Call of Duty all the way back to like World War II. Do you remember that? Where it went back in time to the classics. All right. Then they slowly went back to the old ways. First, they start remaking all of the modern warfare games, right? Because they have no originality, so it's the same thing again. Then they go to Black Ops, and now they're literally just, all they're doing is retracing their steps in an endless loop, making the same games over and over. There is zero originality in this game. Everything I'm seeing, we've already seen in the worst Call of Duty, and they're re-releasing it. Wow.
Leads ours. Stay on task.
Fiend. The fuck is they saying? Shut the fuck up.
Focus on the future, never on right now.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
So wait, how do I go back 10 seconds? Or like 2 seconds? Fuck.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
So, let's see. How many of these are redone maps from the previous game? Raid, Express, Hijacked. For sure, I remember those. How many of these are actually recycled maps, guys? Because I would say like half. Express, Black Ops 2. Yeah, I remember Express, 100%. Just the bottom three, because I remember Raid, Express, and Hijacked 100%. I remember those maps. I don't know about the others. So, I mean, what on earth? Why are we recycling the same content? Oh, many years. I mean, yes, I understand it's many years later, so maybe a new generation will play it, right? But, dude, it's the same game. It's the same double jumping wall running that no one liked. Everyone agreed that was the worst one and that they need to stop and go back to their roots. So then they did. So now here we are, like 7 years later, 8 years later, and they're just recycling it. Like, what on earth? Is that it?
Legion on station. Weapons free.
Legion inbound.
Yeah, look. How do you totally remember those maps? I remember them. Oh my God, dude. See, here's the thing. It's free. It's free. For me, I have Game Pass. So I'll play it 100%. I'm going to play the open beta when it comes out and try it. And probably when the full game comes out, I'm going to play it. But I don't know if I'm going to like it. I guess it's going to depend on, like, they're going to have competition this year, right? They are. There's going to be Battlefield 6. So the question is, between Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty Black Ops 7, who's going to be the winner? I guess we have to see, right? We have to figure this out. I don't know. I'll play both, and here's what I'll do. You know, I think what we need to do is actually to bring back what I did a long time ago. A long time ago, I did a head-to-head challenge between Call of Duty and Battlefield in a video. If you remember, I played both, and then I gave you this comparison video. I might have to do that again. This is just... I can't believe they have no originality at all, and they're just re-releasing the same game again. It looks exactly the same. I'll be playing it on keyboard and mouse. That could be interesting to try to pull off that nonsense with keyboard and mouse, but that does not look promising to me at all in any way. That actually is a humongous disappointment from what I just saw. That looks awful. It really does. I don't know. All right. Well, folks, that's what I wanted to cover for today. I've covered it. So now for the last 20 minutes or so of the show, let's open it up to Q&A. Please type to me and tag me in chat if you want to ask me something. Content Enjoyer says, if you could take over Call of Duty, what are the top few things you would change to revitalize the series? First off, the series should go in two different directions. There should be a series of games, Call of Duty, that play like classic war. They should still be set in the times of like World War II and stuff like that. That was the series' roots. And there's no reason for them to completely abandon that. If they would keep focusing on that and improving that, the game would be amazing. Can you imagine right now, with the modern graphics and controls and things we can do, if they had a World War II style Call of Duty, you could have such an insane amount of good stuff going on. Seriously. But it's like they've abandoned that. Okay? So I think that they need to have a series that's based on that. Okay? But then they could have a more modernized series that's either Black Ops or Future Warfare, whatever you want to do, that has all the silliness of a million weapon skins and a million fucking attachments and all of that shit. Okay, you can have both. In fact, they have enough dev teams to do that. They just refuse to do it for whatever reason. They just focus on the one, and it's really shitty, right? It is. What they need to do is listen to player feedback. They need to stop worrying so much about making insane amounts of extra money, which is all they focus on. Because you know, why did they re-release this game? Why? Because it's minimal effort. It's a lot of reused ideas and assets. And with that, they can now do a zillion skins, a zillion attachments, all DLC, and even they got Travis Scott. So you see what it's like, the ultimate sellout game. Instead of worrying about being the ultimate sellout, they should worry about being the best. Right? Like they got competition this year in Battlefield. So make sure that what you release this year is better than Battlefield, hands down. That's your comp. Beat them. Defeat them. Then the money will come. Now, everything that we make must be designed exclusively for microtransaction cash-in. And then if it's good, well, that's a bonus. No, that's not a bonus. That's a necessity. When people spend money on your game, it should be good. Not you just regurgitating someone else's dinner 7 years later because you have no creativity. I know that sounded disgusting, but that's what it feels like. Right? Lixification says, I can't wait to see them put Beavis and Butthead in space or wherever the hell the game will take place. Exactly. Man, I can't wait to see Bob from Bob's Burgers getting that grenade backstab sticky kill on Alf. Right? While Travis Scott is dancing in the middle of this battlefield, right? He's doing a dance with an emo. I can't wait to see it. That's what I live for. Oh, man. No, it's true. Jay Kuma says, the same Braid Dead fans will play Battlefield, or excuse me. The same Braid Dead fans will play Black Ops 7. Activision will never learn from mistakes because the same diehards just keep buying the regurgitated garbage. It's not even that they're buying it. It's that they spend a ton of money on microtransactions, right? Like, take a look at what I did with Black Ops 6. I got the game on Game Pass, okay? I bought one DLC. It was Ninja Turtles. It was a fun event. It actually was an event I really enjoyed. So I rewarded them with a little bit of money, and that was it. That was literally it. I never spent another dollar on the game. So I spent whatever the subscription revenue was going towards the game, and I bought one DLC that was like $20, I think. That was it. I was done. Instead, these people, all I play is Call of Duty. So every time that there's a new DLC, I must drop $60. They've probably spent in 1 year $500, $600 on Call of Duty at least. At least. And they don't even realize it. That's the thing. They get addicted. It's that mobile game formula. You got to keep spending to feel like you're a part of whatever's new or exciting. You could keep playing it for free, but you're not going to have the new skin, the new bling, the new season pass, the new whatever it is, right? So it's sad that you have a whole group of gamers that are addicted to this shit now, and they don't realize that they're just being milked. They don't get it at all. They think that it's good. Oh, this is great. Dude, there's so much more to gaming. There's so much more to gaming culture than just sitting there shooting people with a special emote going off, a special skin, and a microtransaction. But they don't get that because this is the community they live in. They're engrossed in this like weird streaming loop of the same content creators who get paid to do it every year. It's sad. It's weird living in a bubble because I used to be there. To be frank with all of you, I've been there. I used to be in the fighting game bubble. All right? I used to be hyper fixated just on competitive Street Fighter. I didn't care about anything on the outside. So I would just sit there playing fighting games. Even if there were games that weren't good, I would still play them. Like, well, I got to support fighting games. No, you don't. If what you're doing in your particular hobby or genre is bad, you don't have to support it. You can find other things to do, because if you do that and you don't give the money that's not earned to people who don't have creativity, then they'll have to become creative again. They'll have to try. But instead, we reward mediocrity. We spend a bunch of money on microtransactions on Call of Duty, right? We buy the latest Pokemon that runs like ass, even though it's a Nintendo console exclusive. We buy all the amiibos that Nintendo sells for $30, $40, despite the fact they still haven't pumped out a good game for Switch 2. I can keep going. There's a lot of these communities, a lot of these problems. You reward mediocrity, you get more mediocrity. You understand? I don't get it at all whatsoever. Like, why people don't understand this simple formula. There you go. I agree. Content Enjoyer says, this is why the success of a game like Silk Song is great. It's a $20 game, countless hours, and good replayability. This is why games like Silk Song, okay, Blueprints, Expedition 33, Baldur's Gate 3, this is why when these games come out, you hear game devs whining. Oh, but this is bad for game. You can't put out that much value. Yes, you can. They can make you look like shit because you are shit. All right? Just because people are dumb and you can take advantage of them doesn't make you right. You may be successful, but you're still a scumbag. Right? Because you prey on the weak and the stupid and the ignorant. That doesn't make you good. It makes you immoral. It makes you, you know what I'm saying, corrupt. I just, I just don't get it. Now, listen, you don't have to be a hater and be like, well, fuck Call of Duty. They don't deserve anything. You don't have to say that, but you can definitely say, well, I'm going to be better than that, and I'm only going to support and partake in the games that I feel are helping the gaming community as a whole. I'm going to play Silk Song, right? But I'm not going to play and spend money on this game because I feel like this is bad for gaming. That's true. Astra Queen says, well, that should be the normal, and devs forgot what the norm used to be. You're right. When everything became monetize instead of entertain, things changed. Literally, now they're making games to monetize rather than making games to entertain and then make money after. They're just, how do we make money first? That's an awful way to go about it. It's the same as, I'm an artist and I want to make art that prints money. I don't care what the art is. Wait, what? You're an artist. The whole point is that you're supposed to be doing something artistic that has feeling, emotion, value attached to it, something that's culturally relevant, something that means something to people. Then when people appreciate it, then it has monetary value. No, I must create art that has monetary value first. Then it doesn't, then I figure out what it's going to be. What? That is so ass backward wrong. But that's how things are becoming, you know? What's my favorite StarCraft faction? To be honest, I started off Terran, then I became a heavy Zerg fan, then I started playing Protoss, and then I just kind of always rotated between. I liked all three. They all have strengths and weaknesses, right? So I never really had a favorite, to be honest. Yeah, Kaio, I have to agree with. Here's what Kaio just said in chat. The industry died when patching console games became a thing. Now devs no longer have to properly do Q&A or meet deadlines. It's all downhill. Right. They rush a game out. They release it for profits. They fix it after. Then you get the playable game. Again, I said this is the equivalent. You go to a car dealership. You pay for your car. They hand you the keys. You start the car. As you're driving off the lot, the car crashes and explodes in the middle of the street, just spontaneously combusts. And then the dealer steps out onto the street and says, oh, we'll fix that for you in 2 weeks. But I paid for the car now. I have it now. I need to use it now. I deserve to use it now. I bought it now. Why do I have to wait for you to fix it so that it's usable? That doesn't make sense. When you go to the grocery store, do you pay for a pack of bananas or a bunch of bananas and you go home and you can't eat them? You have to wait 2 weeks until they're edible? That doesn't make sense at all, right? Like, what the hell? But that's how games are treated. Sell it to you first, busted, broken, rushed, unfinished. Then you're expected to wait for them. You're the beta tester. Then they patch it later, and you're supposed to be happy about it. No, I'm not. I'm the consumer. Yeah, I saw they're remaking Yakuza 3 now. I saw that. That's the only one they really didn't, because, 4 onward are already more modern games. It really was 1 through 3 that were very outdated. And they already did Kiwami 1 and 2, so now they're doing 3. Yep. What time is the late stream tonight? Around 7 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time it starts. So that would be 6.5 hours from now, roughly. Do you remember in the original Silent Hill games, there was a cult? Do you think maybe the cult beliefs came from Japan and it will make a connection? I have no idea. You're right. There's a cult in Silent Hill. They're the ones that are trying to raise a demon in the baby's body or whatever, right? But I have no idea if that's going to tie. From what I'm to understand, from what we're seeing initially, it's some kind of an Inari demon, and Inari is a fox. It's some kind of a fox demon god that's causing what's going on in the town, but we don't know yet. They also released a zombies gameplay trailer. Well, that's nice, but I'm not really into zombies, so I don't really care about that. You know me, I'm just going to end up playing the multiplayer. Trongate's Legacy, my phone's 5G signal is not good enough for streaming whatsoever. He says, did anyone explain to Phil how to use his phone as a hotspot so he can still stream if his internet goes down? It won't. It won't work. 5G internet is not good enough to stream gameplay and stuff like that. It's not. It's for basic viewing. Like, I could watch videos on there. Okay, that's it. You can't really stream. You can actively try to stream a lower quality video via the phone, but it's just not good enough. The tech is not there yet. Maybe someday it will be. And on top of that, where I live, my cell phone signal isn't strong. So where I live, I don't even have a good cell phone signal as it is. There's no way I'd be able to do it. To give you some perspective, the 5G networks they have out here, the fastest one I even know of is 150 megabits per second. That's it for download. And upload's atrocious. And that's the fastest one in my area. Well, Darth Fig says, I've seen people say when you get the ending of Silent Hill F, it encourages you to do a second playthrough. The true ending, there is a true ending, but there's 4 to 5 different ones. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not doing that. I have too much to do. I'm juggling too much right now. There's no way I'll be able to do another playthrough, you know? That's kind of unfortunate if that's the case. I guess I'll never see the true ending. No, I did not see the new Superman. I haven't seen a Charlie Sheen documentary. No, I haven't. All right, guys. Well, I enjoyed the show. I'm glad that we did a podcast today. We had a lot to talk about. Now, reminder, all right, if everything goes according to plan, I'll be back on Friday with a podcast. All right. And we're going to try out Sonic Racing Crossworlds on that first stream and more Silent Hill Friday night. I would like nothing more than for that to happen. But sadly, there is no guarantee that's going to happen. Very well, we could have an issue where the internet does not come back or it's up and down and I can't stream on Friday. I will do my absolute best to keep you all in the loop. The 2 places that you should go is my X account, which is @TheyCallMeDSP on X, or the posts tab here on my YouTube channel. If you're subscribed to the channel, you should already get the posts as alerts. But if you're not, I recommend that you subscribe or at least you bookmark my post tab so you can check it out. That's the 2 places where I'll be posting up to let you know what's going on Friday. I hope we can play games all day Friday. I hope we can do the marathon on Saturday. I'm very excited, but I can't promise you anything because I don't know what's going to happen. All right? All right. Thank you all so very, very much for a great podcast today. I hope that you all enjoy. I hope to see you all on Friday. Please have a good Thursday away. Be safe. And I hope to see you soon. If not, well, I guess I'll see you when I see you. That's life. But let's all have our fingers and toes crossed that everything goes smoothly. See you when I see you. Peace out.